Hey guys, it's Nurse J at Nursing the Truth. I hope everyone's having a great Monday. So I had a Halloween party this weekend. It was great. Had a great success, and I was Sandra from Greece. So it was great. So sorry for the mess. I just got out of the shower, and it's just who I am. So anyway. I've been on my trick or treat Halloween series, like Mark of the Beast, The Devil's Pulpit, Baphomet. So, what am I really going to call this sermon? Let's say, did the zombie really come back to life? And you're like, Nurse J, you have some of the funniest sayings. What are you getting at? Well, my friends, let's talk about the four synoptic gospels. Did Jesus ever get crucified? Or if he did, was it Jesus? So, get your good Bible out because we're fixing to get into the scriptures. So, go to Mark chapter, I have all this pen. Go to chapter 14 and go to verse, let's just say, no, excuse me, chapter 15. Mark chapter 15. This is the scene where this Jesus gets crucified. Okay, so go to Mark chapter 15, and we're going to start with verse 1. And they basically led him straightway to the chief priest, and they bound him up, and they carried him away, and they delivered him to Pilate. And then Pilate asked, basically, are you the king of the Jews? And he answered, thou sayest. Now, remember, Mark is the first book written of the synoptic gospels. Now keep this in mind, folks. Keep it in mind. The first. And the chief priest accused him of many things, and he didn't answer. And Pilate asked him again, answerest thou nothing? Behold, many things they witness against thee, that they're talking about you. And Jesus yet answered nothing. So Pilate marveled, like, they're accusing you and you're not going to say nothing. Now at that feast he released unto them one prisoner, whomever they desired. Now in Jewish history that never happened, because the Jews never did release anybody or ask for anyone to be released. That's hogwash. So we already know that this is bullshit, but I'm just kind of letting you see the picture here. And there was one named Barabbas, which lay bound with them that had made insurrection with him, who had committed murder in the insurrection. And insurrection means a rebellion. This cat was leading a rebellion against Rome in the Roman Jew wars. See, Mark was written after the Roman and Jew war had already happened. But see, they want to make you think that it was in the 30s. It wasn't. So after the multitude was crying and began to desire him, Pilate answered them, will ye that I release unto you the king of the Jews? Like you want me to give him back to you? For he knew that the chief priest had delivered him for envy. Now, and the chief priest moved the people that he should rather release Barabbas unto them, which we know a Jew wouldn't want a murder released out anyway. And Pilate answered and said unto them, what will ye then that I should do unto him you call the king of the Jews? First of all, they never called Jesus the king of the Jews. And in Mark, he didn't say that he was the king of the Jews. He said, you thou sayest. this Jesus character, whoever he was, real or not real, said to Pilate, "You're saying that I am." And so these people are saying, they cried out again, "Crucify him," in verse 13. And then 14, Pilate said unto them, "Why? What evil has he done?" And they cried out more exceedingly, "Crucify him." Well, Jews didn't crucify anyone. They stoned and hanged you. Go read Deuteronomy. So Pilate willingly contented the people, released Barabbas unto them, and delivered Jesus when he had scourged him to be crucified. And the soldiers led him away into the hall called Praetorium, and they called together the whole band. I just thought about this. The whole band. What, the whole brigade? The whole insurrection crowd? Wow, I'm going to have to go look this up in the Greek and really see who and what this word is. Because I think I have a clue. It's a whole insurrectionist. 17, and they clothed him with purple and plaited a crown of thorns and put it about his head and began to salute him, "Hail, King of the Jews." See, Rome, when they caught someone like that trying to be leading an insurrection or rebellion against Rome, you are trying to overthrow them and be king of the Roman Empire. So this is kind of like a mockery, catching the head honcho or one of them and giving them the title of king and embarrassing you. And purple robe was what all the emperors of Rome wore. So like I said, they are mocking, making fun. You're going to overthrow Rome, that is the most powerful government in the first century, east and west. Like a little brigade of Palestinians are gonna go against Rome. They were fighting a losing battle. They smote him with a reed and did spit upon him and bow on their knees to worship him. And when they had mocked him, they took off the purple robe from him and put his own clothes on him and led him out to crucify him. But wait, hold on. Have we not been taught that Jesus was crucified on a cross with just his, underwear, garment? Let's read this again. They mocked him. They took off the purple robe from him. Okay? Took the purple robe off of him. And put his own clothes on him. And led him out to crucify him. They took the purple robe off. They put his own clothes on him and led him out to crucify him. So they led him away. They walked him away from the scene. And verse 21, and they compel one Simon of Cyrene, who passed by, coming out of the country, the father of Alexander and Rufus, to bear his cross. Now, in all of the passion narratives that we've seen on TV, we see Jesus in his underwear, the crown of thorns, falling and can't get up, and blood spitting and thirsty and all that, with all these gashing wounds. And we see this man that carries Jesus's cross, right? Now, let him have ears, let him hear, right? Those that need understanding, listen to this. And they compel one Simon, talking about the Romans, who passed by coming out of the country, the father of Alexander and Rufus, to bear his cross. And they bring him unto the place Golgotha, which is being interpreted the place of the skull. And they gave him to drink wine mingled with myrrh, but he received it not. Okay. They took the robe off of Jesus, put his own clothes back on, and they let him out to crucify. But as this was going on, they compel, they pick Simon of Cyrene, which is a Samaritan, the northern tribe of the Israelites. And this man is around the area of Galilee. Simon Magus, possibly? Now, so they get Simon. They bring him. Because why would you, a writer, talk about a Simon of Cyrene coming, and then they bring him? Jesus should be in here somewhere. But it's a personal pronoun letting you know that it is this Simon that is being brought to Golgotha. Okay? And they gave him to drink the wine with myrrh. But he received it not. And when they had crucified him. See, Jesus was left off at verse 20. But 21, 22, 23, 24, and on, it's talking about Simon. Now, let's go to verse 24. And when they had crucified him, they parted his garments, casting lots upon them what every man should take. 25. And it was the third hour, and they crucified him. And the superscription of his accusation was written over, the King of the Jews. And with him they crucified two thieves, one on the left and one on the right. And mocking all the way down. And Verse 34, it says, and at the 9th hour. Now this is where Jesus pops in. Now you're going to tell me from verse 20 all the way down to 34. Doesn't say anything with Jesus. At the 9th hour, Jesus cried with a loud voice, Eloah, Eloah, lama sabachthani, which is being interpreted, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? So, if you're God, in the flesh, why are you going to question yourself? This is a mere man, possibly being caught leading an insurrection against Rome in the 1st century AD in the Roman and Jew War. Whether it was Simon Magus, whether it was another Simon. A question about Alexander and Rufus. I think these were patsies, like a writer's family members. Because really, I don't think in history, I don't know if Simon Magus had children. He was a Gnostic. He led the Simonians. So read up on Simon Magus. So that's going to be my part 1, I believe. The zombie apocalypse and the resurrection, I think. I will see you and we will discuss the next synoptic gospel. Until then, Hotep and Ashe, and we'll see you soon, my friends. Have a great Monday. I hope you've enjoyed this. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and the more likes I get, the more we can spread this information out. And I'm really excited to be sharing this lovely information. Hotep, Ashe.